So after visiting Arraial da Ajuda, I am here at the Chocolate City. Ilhéus has their name because of its relationship with cocoa and chocolate. The city is located in the coastal region of Cocoa Coast in Bahia. And Ilhéus in the past was a very important city of cocoa. There was a lot of cocoa farms here, and with a lot of cocoa plantations and a lot of chocolate coming out of here. This morning it was raining pretty heavily, and actually it started raining again just now. But we'll try to go to the historic center today, show you guys a little bit of the architecture of the city, and maybe a few interesting spots too. But in order for that to happen, we need the rain to stop. Ilhéus also has a very nice river with a bridge that I plan on showing you guys if there is any sunny day. But today is Sunday and we'll be staying here until Wednesday, so it's plenty of time, I think. So today we went to the historic center. We visited a few places like the cathedral, which is the most famous building here in the city. A few historic buildings, the Jorge Amado statue. Jorge Amado is a famous Brazilian writer from Ilhéus. And then we also visited the craft arts market. We bought a few chocolates and a few chocolate liqueurs. As I said, Ilhéus is the cocoa city. And then we had some acai and played some soccer. And this was pretty much our morning. So we head back to the apartment. We relaxed a little bit, took a nap. And then we went out again at night to have a burger. We visited this place with very good burgers. It's in the middle of a street full of bars and restaurants, and definitely a place I want to visit again. Good morning. Second day here in Ilhéus. Today I woke up, walked Oreo for a little bit. Now I'm walking towards the beach to go for a quick exercise. We've been eating a lot and basically not exercising, so it's good to burn some calories. And then at night I'll probably head back home, do some work related stuff, and head back out in the afternoon. At night I plan on visiting either Millionaires Beach, which people told me is the best beach here in Ilhéus, the most famous one, or going to the Serra Negra viewpoint, which is a nice viewpoint, nice to fly the drones to, or maybe both. We'll see, depending on the time. I think the viewpoint would probably be a nice place to go for sunset, fly the drone, get some beautiful shots. So I'll be leaving in a few minutes to get lunch at Bataclan. Bataclan used to be a cabaret where some of the most influential people from Ilhéus, including Jorge Amado, the famous writer, used to go. And today the place is renovated and then transformed it into a cafe with a restaurant and some cultural exhibitions that you can check out. So I just went through a failed attempt to try to fly my drone. We are near an airport, so the drone doesn't even take off. I would have to ask DJI for authorization, which I tried, but then for some reason the request failed. I think I have to do it in advance and like maybe give them my personal information or something like that. So, but this is a nice area. We're by the beach, close to the downtown, the historic center of Ilhéus. And behind me there is the cathedral, which is would be a nice photo too. Some nice shots. And here on my right side there's a super nice bridge. But again, it's very near to the airport, so I guess the drone blocks it, which is, safety measures. But yeah, so maybe I'll just go walk around the historic center since we're in a no-fly zone. Maybe try to see a few other things that I didn't see yesterday, and that's it. One thing I'm realizing here in Ilhéus is that the sea is a lot shakier than other parts of Bahia, like Arraial da Ajuda, where I was before. And that unfortunately the beach is a lot more dirtier too. That's a problem we still have here in Brazil. People just throw trash at the sand, which is not a good thing. But yeah, the water looks nice, but it's definitely very shaky. So I don't know if it's because it was raining yesterday or if it's always like that. But we'll see in Millionaires Beach, which people say is like the best beach in the city, and I'm curious to see it. Good morning. So last night, we ended up going to Vesuvio, which is the most famous bar here in Ilhéus. I ordered their famous kibbeh, which is the most traditional food that they serve. It's like an Arabic kind of little cake with some shredded meat inside, and they offer also pepper sauce and some pickled onions. It was very good. And now I am here at Fazenda Irere, which is Irere Farm. It's a traditional farm here in the region. They plant cocoa and they also make and sell products derived from cocoa. So cocoa honey, cocoa nibs, chocolate, cocoa liqueur, chocolate liqueur. So I'm gonna make a tour, maybe do some tasting. And then later I might go to Millionaires Beach, which is the most famous beach here in the region. So we'll see what the day has for us. It was a very interesting visit. We were learning how to make chocolate, how to make other products derived from cocoa. We had chocolate tasting. We tasted the cocoa nibs. It was very interesting to learn about the economy of the region too. So if you're ever in Ilhéus, I recommend the tour going to Irere Farm. They also have a little gift shop that you can buy some chocolates, some cocoa nibs. And the workers, the tour guides, the owners of the farm are very polite. They make they do whatever is in their hands to make your tour the best possible. So really recommended. And now I drove to Millionaires Beach, which is the most famous beach here in Ilhéus. And I know I said that the beaches in Ilhéus seem a little dirty, shaky. This one seems to be a lot better. I mean, the ocean is still pretty shaky. Again, I don't know if it's because of the rain or if it's just like that all the time. But you do have a nicer beach here, less trash, with a little, like, some restaurants by the sea. So I'm excited. Again, it just started raining a little bit. I'm gonna try to fly the drone in a while if it stops raining. Again, I don't know if I'll be able to, because even though we're pretty far away from the airport, the radius of the no-flight zone seemed pretty wide. So again, I'm gonna try, but I don't know if it's gonna be possible. Also gonna try to find something to eat in the restaurants nearby the water. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Luca on Go. There's more on this trip coming up. Next we're going to Salvador and then probably Praia do Forte. So there's more content about this road trip in the channel soon. So I'll see you in the next video.